Good day to all of you. Myself, Dr. Arvind Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dugar College, Bikaner. Today we are going to discuss about the problem square well potential. There is a very conceptual and effective lecture given in the form of chapter by B. Djevich. Chapter 17, Resonant Transmission and Ramsor-Townsend. That means the square well potential application for the resonant scattering, and that scattering or effect is explained by Ramsor-Townsend. So let us start. What is resonant transmission in square wave? First of all, consider the finite square wave. Vx equal to 0 for mod x greater than a equal to Vx equal to minus V0 for mod x less than a. Here V0 is positive, but minus V0, that means this potential is like as a well. V0 is positive, has units of energy, potential and energy units are same. We consider an energy eigenstate, a scattering solution with E greater than 0. That means the particles coming from left have positive energy. That represents an incoming wave function approaching the well from the left. Okay, so it can be easily understand from this figure 1, the square well with all the relevant waves as 1 with coefficient A in incident from the left. Minus V0 is the depth, minus E to A is width. Incident wave, reflected wave. Incident wave, reflected wave. Incident wave, but there is no reflected wave in the third region because there is no boundary. Three equations for three regions: first region, second region, and third region. First and third region equations are same because there are potentials, zero potentials, but in second region potential is minus V0, so K2 equal to under root twice M E plus V0 upon H bar square. 1, 2, 3. So you can easily understand this. Psi x equal to A e raised to iota kx plus B e raised to minus iota kx for x less than minus A. C e raised to iota k2x plus D e raised to minus iota k2x for x less than A. And third region F e raised to iota kx, x greater than. Here A is the coefficient of the incoming wave that exists for x less than A. B is the coefficient of the reflected wave. Both of these waves have wave number k. In the well region, in the potential well region, mod x less than A, we have a wave moving to the right with coefficient C and a wave moving to the left with coefficient D. The wave number in region called K2. To the right of the wave, to the right of well, we have just one wave moving to the right. Its coefficient is F and its wave number is K. Note that even though the potential is an even function of x, a non-normalizable energy eigenstate need not to be even nor odd. This is very important point. I again explain this. Even, not that even, though the potential is an even function of x. Potential is an even function of x, that means position. A non-normalizable energy eigenstate need not be even nor odd. Okay. The symmetry is broken by the condition that the wave incident from left, the value k and k dash, both positive, are determined by the Schrodinger equation. Here k and k2, values k and k dash, that means k and k2. K square 2me upon h bar square, k2 square 2m p plus v0 upon h bar square. There are four boundary conditions. Continuity of psi and psi dash at x बराबर minus a and at x बराबर. These four equations can be used to fix the coefficients b, c, d and f in terms of coefficients b, c, d, f in terms of a. We define reflection and transmission coefficients R and T as follows. R equal to B upon A square and T equal to F upon A. And this can be easily determined by the boundary conditions and these three equations. Boundary conditions at x equal to minus a, psi 1 equal to psi 2 and d psi 1 upon dx equal to d psi 2 upon dx. And at x equal to a, psi 2 equal to psi 3 and d psi 2 upon dx equal to d psi 3 upon dx. We have four equations and by calculating them we can calculate the values of b by a square and f upon a square. From probability current conservation, we know that currents to left and to the right of the V must equal to that. A magnitude A square minus magnitude B square equal to magnitude F square. This is not an independent equation. It must follow from the boundary condition. It implies that R plus T equal to B upon A square plus F upon A square equal to 1. Incident wave probability, reflected wave probability and transmitted. Solving for R and T is straightforward but a little laborious. Let us just quote the answer that one gets. You can do it easily or you already done it in your UZ class. The transmission coefficient is the following function of the energy E of the Eigen-state. 1 upon T equal to this, that means T equal to inverse of this factor. 1 upon T equal to 1 plus 1 upon 4 V naught square upon E plus V naught sine square 2k to A. Since the second term in the right hand side is manifestly positive, that means this second term is positive. This is second term. We have T less than or equal to 1 as E tending to 0. If E tending to 0, we have 1 upon T tending to 1 plus infinity, that means T tending to 0. As if E is 0, T is 0. And if E tending to infinity, T tending to 1. We already discussed it in quantum mechanics. If there are extreme conditions, that means incident wave have infinite energy, in that case classical mechanics results and quantum mechanics results are the same. Otherwise, in quantum mechanics there is finite probability of R and T. We can remove all units from this result by defining small e, E upon V naught. Z naught square equal to twice m a square V naught upon h bar square. then K2A square equal to twice MA square E plus V naught upon H bar square equal to twice MA square V naught upon H bar square 1 plus E. That means twice K2A equal to twice Z naught under root 1 plus. So our expression for transmission coefficient becomes 1 upon T 1 plus 1 upon 4E bracket 1 plus E bracket closed sine square bracket twice Z0 under root 1 plus E bracket close from here. Twice K2A equal to this. We now can see that the valve becomes transparent. Valve becomes transparent, making T equal to 1 for certain values of analysis. That means when valve becomes transparent, that means T equal to 1. And what are the conditions? All we need is that the argument of the sine function be multiple of pi. If this is multiple of pi, then sine term becomes 0, hence T equal to 1. For this 2z dot under root 1 plus E equal to n pi. N is subset of z. Integral multiple of pi. That means multiple of pi. Not all integers are allowed. All integers are allowed. All integers are allowed. Because E greater than 0. Because E greater than 0. E greater than 0, the left hand side is bigger than or equal to 2z0, and therefore n must be greater than 2z naught upon pi. N greater than equal to 2z naught upon pi, because there is additional term. Call the associated energies En equal to En naught, En equal to En small en V naught, then En plus 1 equal to n square pi square upon 4z naught square equal to n square pi square h. We just replace the value of z naught square, and by replacing it, it becomes n square pi square h bar square upon twice m twice a whole square. So En plus V naught becomes n square pi square h bar square upon twice m twice a square. Note that En plus V naught is the energy of the scattering state measured with respect to the bottom of the square. En plus V naught is the energy of the scattering state measured with respect to the bottom of the square. The right hand side is the energy of the nth bound state of the infinite square well of the width 2a. We thus have a rather surprising result. We get full transmission for those energies En greater than 0 that are in the spectrum of the infinite square well extension of our finite square well. The inequality n greater than or equal to 2z naught upon pi guarantees that En greater than 0. Since infinite square well bound states are characterized by fitting an integer number of the half wavelengths, we have a resonance type situation in which perfect transmission is happening when the scattering waves fit perfectly in inside the finite square well. This phenomena we have observed is called resonant scattering. I again explain it. We have a resonance type situation in which perfect transmission is happening when the scattering waves fit perfectly inside the finite square well. The phenomenon we have observed is called resonant transmission. Okay, this is the situation. This is the value of En and this is V naught. So En plus V naught. En plus V naught. We get resonant transmission across the finite well at the positive bound state energies of a would-be infinite well. The fitting of an exact number of half wavelengths can also be seen directly from the vanishing of the sine function in 1.7, giving k2 2a equal to n pi, which implies twice pi upon lambda 2a equal to n pi. That means 2a equal to n lambda by 2. 2a equal to n lambda by 2. That means a equal to lambda by n lambda by 4. We show the transmission coefficient T as a function small e, that means E by V0 for a square well with Z not equal to 13 pi upon 4. In this case, we must have n greater than or equal to 13 upon 2 or n greater than approximately 7 in figure 3. This is the figure. T versus E by V naught, that is denoted by small v. This is 1. So there are positions where T becomes 1. This point, this point, this point, and these points given by here n equal to 7, 8 and 9. First of all, Z not equal to 13 pi upon 4. That means n approximately greater than or equal to 13 by 2. That means approximately 6.5, that means 7. So these peaks occurs for n equal to starting point 7, 8, 9. E7 upon V naught equal to 0.15976. E8 upon V naught equal to 0.514793. E9 upon V naught equal to 0.91716. You remember these points and these data, and you should show in this figure these data also. Z naught equal to 13.5. The transmission coefficient T as a function of E for a square well with Z naught equal to 13.4. At the energies for which T equal to 1, we have resonant scattering. The values of E7, E8 are indicated in the figure. There are 3 cases of resonant transmission for 0 to V naught, E between 0 to V naught. Note that the spacing between the points where T equal to 1 grows as E grows. Now, the Ramsor-Townsend effect. Carl Ramsor and John Seeley Townsend published separately their investigations in 1921. They published their research papers in 1921 and they were studying the elastic scattering of low energy electrons of rare gas atoms such as noble gases. What they studied? They studied elastic scattering of low energy electrons of rare gas atoms such as noble gases in 1921. These gases have their electronic shells fully filled because they are noble gases and are both very unreactive and have high ionization energy. The potential is created by the nucleus and becomes visible as the incident electron penetrates the electron cloud. This potential is a spherically symmetric attractive potential for the electrons, some kind of finite spherical well. In the experiment, some electrons collide with the atoms and scatter, mostly bouncing back. We can thus view the reflection R as a proxy for the scattering cross-section. Ramsor and Townsend reported a very unusual phenomenon. They observed and reported in their paper. At very low energies, the scattering cross-section was high, but the energy dependence was surprising. As the energy was increased, the scattering went down towards zero to go up again as the energy was increased further. Such mysterious behavior had no sensible classical explanation. There is no classical explanation for this observation. What one has at play in quantum mechanical resonant scattering, the cross section going to zero means the reflection coefficient going to zero. If cross section going to zero, that means reflection going to zero and the transmission coefficient going to 1. Thus the first resonant transmission happens for electrons of around 1 electron volt. Such electrons have a speed of about 600 km per second. Figure 4 provides a sketch of both R and T as a function of energy. Figure 4. This is the figure. R plus T is always 1, but there are peaks we discussed in figure 3. The reflection and transmission coefficient as a function of energy for the Ramsor-Townsend effect. Note that R plus T equal to 1. At the arrow we have R equal to 0. So there is no scattering. All of the electrons go straight through the noble gas atoms. They experience resonant transmission. This first occurs around 1 electron volt. First occurs at 1 electron. So figure 4 explains how R and T varies with energy. Our one-dimensional square well potential does not provide a good quantitative match for the data, but it illustrates the physical phenomena. It gives the very effective explanation of physical phenomena. A three-dimensional spherical square well is indeed for a qualitative analysis. If a three-dimensional spherical square well is explained, and this gives quantitative analysis also. So we understand here the finite square well potential and Ramsor-Townsend effect. Okay, you just understand the experimental observation invested by Ramsor and Townsend. Okay, thanks to all of you.